Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very special for me because I've been waiting for this to launch for quite some time. Like I was keeping an eye on this when it launched, but now since Prada Beauty came to Sephora, I just had to review this. And honestly guys, there are so many things I want to tell you about this and we're gonna try all of this stuff today. I spent quite a bit of money on this, so I want to say that I want to make sure that it's worth it, but from the other side, this is a makeup from a luxury brand, so it's gonna be overpriced no matter what. But let's actually see, is it a good formula? And if you have some dinero to spend, should you go and get this? Or maybe it's not worth your attention. Let's check this out together. I'm very excited, hope you're excited as well. Like always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and all that good jazz, and let's get this started. So before checking out first product that, spoiler alert, I tried yesterday and I was wearing this for the whole day, I just want to make sure that if I'm trying a complexion product, I know what I'm talking about, because this is something that cost quite a bit of money and I don't want to mislead you guys in any way. So it's going to be my second day of a wear test, but before doing that, I do want to mention that they have actually a skincare line as well. So when I looked at the Prada side, it's not available on Sephora, but on the Prada you can actually see that they have a cleanser, they have a skin cream, like basically a moisturizer, they have a serum. They also launched brushes. You can buy them either separately or in a bundle that retails for I think $90. There's also a little sponge that's quite pricey as well, but we're gonna check out the makeup line mostly. I've heard so many good things about this makeup line. A lot of people were predicting this to be good, so I'm really excited. And actually you can see that my face has nothing on. I did my eyebrows because I did want to make sure that I'm saving as much time as possible, you know, doing something that's not relevant for this video. But we're gonna start from the foundation that I was able to try yesterday, and I have some things to tell you guys because this is very different formula for me and I got used to skin tint, so I'm not very full coverage girly. I don't think I expected it to work this way, but let's start from the description. So this is Prada Beauty Reveal Skin Optimizing Refillable Soft Matte Foundation that retails for $70. This is crazy. I do want to mention that the whole line is refillable, which is absolutely amazing, so you can save some money and also it's better for environment. The color I got is light neutral 5. It's the lightest neutral they have. This one is currently sold out on Sephora site if you have the same skin tone like I do. The refillable part is very easy because you basically will get this piece out, and this is a literal tube that holds the foundation. The rest is the outer packaging that's absolutely adorable. So it's super easy and it makes everything even better, the whole experience better, because you are able to save some money and also save some cost on producing extra packaging and then possibly recycling this. The packaging by itself is top notch, obviously. This is a plastic inside, but it had very beautiful Prada logo and it has a pump. What I didn't expect to see is this foundation actually having an SPF. I don't know how I looked, but I didn't notice this at first. But I do want to mention to you guys that it has SPF 17, which is not quite something that's gonna save your face from the sunlight and sun damage. There's also directions how to use the sunscreen. We need to shake it, obviously, because if you do have sunscreen in your foundation, the better way to use it is gonna be shake it, because the formula may sometimes separate a little bit just because of the sunscreen, but overall it's not a big deal. The product made in France, it has 30 milliliters and it has 12 months of a shelf life. So the finish is, if to describe the finish and texture in general, since I used this yesterday, I'm gonna insert here somewhere my TikTok if I edited this, because I don't know, will I be able to edit this till this video will go live.
Just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who.
So when you're applying this, the finish is very velvety, the formula is thick, a little goes a long way. It does give you very nice soft matte medium coverage. You'll see this with me today, guys. There is a fragrance. It has a very distinct scent, like a most luxury brands that create their own beauty brands. It is fragrance. If you have sensitive skin, you may want to avoid this, or you may want to patch test it to get to know this formula better and to introduce this to your skin if you have sensitive skin. What I noticed yesterday, I have some breakouts on my chin just because I started eating a lot of junk again. I had a good time with me avoiding junk, but now I'm back. I don't know. So my chin is showing this. It's always showing this as soon as I'm getting into cookies and all that stuff. It's over here. I was using some patches, like pimple patches, and I didn't really exfoliate this area because I didn't want it to be extra exhausted since I already had patches there. But I would use some AHA on my cheeks and on the rest of my face basically. So this area was problematic for me. Foundation with time accentuated this area even more. So make sure that your skin is prepped properly, just like for all foundations and all that stuff. If you want it to look perfect, just make sure that you're exfoliating, you're hydrating your skin, you drink enough water, and then every foundation will layer better. This specific formula is not an exception. So what I did yesterday, I actually used brush and a sponge. So I'm gonna do the same thing because I do want you guys to see how everything looks when I'm using different tools. It's hard to shake it. Make sure you're holding all the components, and I'm shaking this, and then I'm gonna apply this on my hand, and I'm gonna dip my brush into the product on my hand, and then we're gonna apply this. So just so you know, guys, I did prep my face. Today I used one of my primers, and as you can see, this color, even though it looked like it will be too cool for me, it actually blends really nicely, and you can get like light medium coverage if you want to make it look like it's your skin but better. And I am able to smell the fragrance. It's very perfumy. It's really nice smell. Like, I was a little worried that I'm gonna break out, but I'm very happy that nothing happened. And I am using, by the way, foundation brush from Sephora collection. It's number 56, but you can use any brush. Honestly, it's definitely not a big deal. And I'm trying to make it look like it's medium coverage foundation. Okay, guys, so here's the side that I applied foundation on, and here's the side without. You see the redness, you see how this evened out my skin. It looks absolutely flawless, honestly, when you apply a very thin layer, and it's very velvety, it's not sticky, it's very easy to blend. Just because I got lucky with this color, I can actually play with this and don't over apply this. I do like to apply light medium layer, but then sometimes I can apply more on my cheeks because my cheeks tend to get red. But overall, when you're looking at my cheek here and here, everything looks absolutely beautiful. So let's keep going here. You know, I tried to exfoliate yesterday to make sure that everything is good, and today actually we'll be able to see how everything looks on a skin that's properly prepped, and my problematic area is not as obvious today because yesterday it was way worse. So technically I am hoping that everything is gonna look absolutely stunning, but we'll see. Okay, guys, so now you can see that my face is nice and even. You can definitely build this foundation to medium coverage. It claims to be a medium coverage foundation, and I do believe that it's a good claim because it does give you very nice medium coverage. And I'm kind of like going over with my sponge, and I do want to mention that if you are buying refill, it's gonna save you around $15 because the refill will cost you $55. So you can save some money, but it's still, for me, it's like very expensive, and I do realize that this one I probably will not repurchase, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, because it's a little too expensive for my taste. But we're looking at other foundations and they kind of get insanely expensive. Last time I got my Charlotte Tilbury foundation, I still haven't opened this, but it was also around $50. Like, we're getting there, which is very scary, but we're getting there. But I do want to mention some key ingredients. There is 3 key ingredients in this foundation that will maintain the wear-test and actually help your skin to look nice and natural even though you're wearing foundation. One of the ingredients is going to be vitamin E, another one niacinamide that controls the oil, we all know that. And then last one is lactobacillus extract complex. If you're familiar with this ingredient, you can tell us all in the comments what's so good about this, because that's a new one for me. But yeah guys, if you will look at my face, it does look very weightless. It's not settling in the smile lines right away. Remember, just remember that a little goes a long way, and it's gonna give you a very nice velvety finish. Very beautiful. So yesterday I used my I believe I used my LYS bronzing stick, and I used my rosy drops. So that was my combo for yesterday. Both of the products are very hydrating, so I do want to probably apply something different today. So for a bronzer, let's use my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. When I applied everything yesterday, my face looked very nice. I didn't have any issues with products blending on the top, so I'm really hoping that I'm not gonna have issues today, because I have some plans for this evening and I don't want my makeup to look bad. But from other side, you never know. I mean, I'm trying new stuff, so it's kind of something that may possibly happen. But here's the bronzer, and it does look nice on. It doesn't leave the foundation. Everything looks really nice. I do really feel like even if you have oily skin, this foundation combined with a good primer may actually look very nice as well. I have a dry skin and this finish is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm not usually reaching for matte foundations. That's why I try to pair this with a little more hydrating, even dewier primer. So that's something that I'm doing to keep my skin looking a little glowier than, you know, maybe other people like it to be. For my blush, I want to use my liquid blush from NARS, just like that. It blends very nicely, and I don't think I have any issues. Look at that, it's really nice. I mean, the blush by itself is nice. Like, if you have your favorite products that you use, like blushes, bronzer, contour products, or highlighters, I don't think this foundation will give you an issue when you're applying stuff you like, because so far I used 4 different products I really love and I had no issues whatsoever. I'm gonna actually set my face. And I do want to lock my eyebrows in. I'm going to use my 24 hours brow setter from Benefit. And then we're gonna check out the next product. I was really debating should I get this, but since I wanted to review the full line, the product I'm talking about is actually this eyeshadow palette. So this is Prada Beauty Dimensions Multi-Effect Refillable Eyeshadow Palette. It retails for $80, guys. $80 for this. This is crazy. So I got a shade 06 Pulp. The packaging is absolutely adorable. It has nice magnetic closure. There's that silver with outer packaging that's golden. There's Prada logo. There's 2 brushes that I will never use because I never use brushes like that. They really remind me something from like 90s that my mom used to use. But overall, the color story I got is this one. Look how tiny they are. I mean, come on, they are so tiny. This color on the top, honestly, I'm not even sure what brush will pick this up, because if I would use some fluffy brush, it's going to be very problematic. But I do want to mention that there are 6 grams. 6 grams, guys. It's made in France and it has 24 months of a shelf life. So if you want to refill your eyeshadow, you would pay not more than $65, guys. Holy, I guess. At this point, I don't think that's something I would consider repurchasing in any possible way, because this formula has to be just the best formula in my life for me to repurchase this tiny baby palette for $65 just to get a refill. If you do consider getting a refill, or maybe you want another color story and you don't want to buy a palette, which is actually a really nice idea. Let's say you wanted to buy 2 colors, just get one full with the packaging, another one just refill, and just save your refill. So to insert a refill, you will push on this triangle here. You can guys see how nasty the packaging on the back is. Excuse me for that. When you press it on the triangle, it's kind of like getting out. See? You kind of see. It's beautiful magnetic closure. So just like that, and it has a little mirror that's really nice as well. It's quite overpriced. You have 6 color stories to choose from, and you have 4 different colors in each color story, which is absolutely crazy. So technically one color retails for $20. Honestly, when you're shopping for like single shadows, that's what you're paying technically, but usually in an eyeshadow you save some money by purchasing an eyeshadow palette. So I do want to prep my eyes, and this color story is described as organic apricot shades enveloped with a rain-vented pink, which description is very nice. I'm not gonna lie, they know what to say to get your attention, but I don't think a lot of people read this description. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to create a look, and I have so many different finishes here. Okay, so my camera cut off. I am applying that pink color a little higher than my crease area, and I do want to tell you guys that it gives me a very nice soft pop of the pink, and then I'm kind of like getting back to my actual eyelid. It's very nice, almost like cream to powder finish, which is so interesting. It's very nice. It's very solid, and I'm sure you can build the color. I just want it to be a little softer because I may have some troubles with my lipstick selection. Oh, that's very pretty. There's almost like zero fallouts. What is going on? Am I loving this formula? I don't want to like it because it's way too expensive. Like, if I like something, I usually come back to get more, and I don't want to do that. It's definitely not on my budget right now. Okay guys, so I'm loving this. Even look, when I'm dipping my brush into this color, I have no mess. No mess. It is definitely cream to powder. I'm so glad that I'm able to explain this properly because like I was very confused, and now when I'm feeling the formula, I'm actually realizing that the formula by itself is not that regular powder. It's very different. I'm using this for another eye, and look, there is not even one single spot that would just fall from this color. All the color stories have pop of the color. I was looking at other colors and I was like, those are so fun, but I know that this specific color story I may use more than once, that's for sure, because I'm leaning towards those colors a lot. And even though this pink is very kind of like out of the people's comfort zone color, the other colors look even more intimidating. I know that at the moment I'm filming this, there is one color story that's completely sold out that has like a purple color in it, very nice lavender color, and that one is also very nice. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of in between those two color stories. Wow, how beautiful is that? It's not even about the color by itself, it's about the formula, how easy it is to blend it. I'm gonna grab another clean brush and I'm gonna use this color. When I'm dipping my brush in this color, I do realize that it's not gonna give me crazy pigment, but oh my god, look how pretty it is. I hate the fact that I'm actually enjoying this formula because I do know that I will want more. Look how beautifully it blends into each other. Oh wow. And just like that, this crazy pink becomes very nice and variable color. It's definitely looking like apricot-y. Look at this. They did such a great job with explaining the color story, because while you're mixing those two colors together, they do give you very nice combo, and the color actually looks so smooth on my eyelid. And then I'm gonna use my flat brush and I'm gonna apply this color on my lower lash line. I don't know how many times I would use this palette, but the colors, the way how they blend, I'm really loving it. I have zero fallouts, like zero. I do want to jump into this triangle color in the middle with this satin nice finish. Let's dip my finger in it. Okay, this one is going to be underwhelming. It's very potty. When you press in this, you can feel that it's very creamy. Okay, so I'm using this in the inner portion. Look at that. And just because it's a really nice like creamy formula, I don't have to work a lot to create a look. This is literally guiding me. Cute. And now the color I was the most excited about is this gorgeous foil color, and I'm gonna apply this just on the top. This one is actually a little underwhelming. I was hoping to get a little better sparkle. Maybe I'll actually use my brush and I'm gonna use some setting spray. Let's see what I can do with that. Okay, that's a little better. Next I'm gonna use just brown liner and I'm gonna apply this to my waterline, and then let's add a few coats of mascara. Okay, my mascara is here, and now I want to also highlight my inner corners by using the same foil color. I'm gonna wet my brush and then apply this right in the inner corner. Okay guys, so here's my eye look. Everything is ready. What do you think? I feel like it's very soft. I have a lot of things to tell you. Even though I feel like this is massively overpriced, I think that it will find its client, which is absolutely crazy I'm saying this. It's just the formula is cream to powder, and it's so easy to play with this. There's no fallouts, and it looks as clean as it looked before, except for the fact that I messed up a little bit with this color by using it with my finger. But guys, this was so nice and smooth. I could see people who found themselves in life and they have cost to spend on palettes like that. I can see them carrying this type of shadows in their bags and actually be looking for a refill because the formula is really good. I can't believe I'm saying this. But if you guys feel like this is too expensive for you, you're not alone, because I feel the same way. But the formula is really good, and I do want to say it out loud so it will be clear. And if you're willing to spend money on the palette like that, just know that colors build and blend beautifully, but they're not gonna give you that crazy payoff like you see from, for example, some indie brands. You know, this is very solid, nice formula, very luxurious formula for luxurious price. Okay guys, now is probably my favorite part of this video. I don't know how you feel about this. I have like 50 shades of red lipsticks from different brands, and I'm still collecting, and I got 2 lipsticks. And I don't know why they did this, but they launched 2 different formulas. One of them is hyper matte, another one is a soft matte. So I got one of each, and we're gonna play with them today. The only thing I didn't buy, and I want to tell you this right now, it was a lip balm that looked like a chapstick for $50. I couldn't do this. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. It was just looking like a chapstick, and I hate returning stuff, so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna try this. Like, I have so many good lip balms, and good lip balms in a chapstick formula like that, I'm saying chapstick, but it's like solid lip balms, right, that I can't just spend $50 on another lip balm that can work nicely, but it's not going to be anything exceptional because there are so many good formulas on the market that are so much cheaper. So the first product I want to talk about is going to be Prada Beauty Monochrome Hyper Matte Refillable Lipstick that retails for $50. If you want to buy a refill, you're going to spend $40. It includes jojoba oil. It's made in France. It has 24 months of a shelf life, 3.8 grams. There's 18 colors to choose from, and I got color that's called Pompeii, and it's a deep red. It's currently sold out when I'm looking at the side. That's the color. Looks absolutely adorable. The only difference between those 2 lipsticks that are very obvious for me, this part is golden in a hyper matte formula. In a soft matte, it's silver, so it's kind of like matching the whole packaging. If you want to buy a refill and spend less money, you would basically click out the refill like that, and then you can insert this bag by just clicking this back in. Let's try this. I'm very excited. I'm always excited for new lipsticks. The closure is also magnetic, just so you know. And it feels very light, but it looks very luxe. This color is a little different. It's not as deep red as I was expecting it to be. It's more like orangey red in a way, but let's see how it's gonna transfer on my super pale skin. Let's try this. I'm not gonna use liner purposely just to see the true color, because my liner may have different undertone and I may mess it up, but normally I would use a liner. So let's see the true color of this lipstick. It has the same scent that foundation has. Actually, you know, it may be slightly different unless the lipstick smells a little stronger. I'm gonna get a brush and I'm gonna take care of the lines. Okay, so here's the color in the formula. Honestly, I'm really loving the formula. It makes me very upset that I'm loving this, you know what I mean? Because $50, come on. Honestly, this triangle shape over here, it's kind of giving me difficulties with application, but when I use the brush, I like this color. It feels so lightweight. I thought honestly that hyper matte would feel more like heavy matte, but it looks great. It feels really nice, and it's more like on the orangey side, but it's such a good red. I don't think I have quite this red. I have similar reds. I really like it. It feels very nice. It feels very lightweight, and I'm kind of really curious how this soft matte will feel, because if this feels so nice and smooth, will this soft matte feel more like satin? I'm so curious. So I got here Prada Beauty Monochrome Soft Matte Refillable Lipstick that retails for the same price, $50, and refill is $40. Made in France, 3.8 grams, 24 months of a shelf life. I have a shade Lacquer. It's a true red color. I do really like how this hyper matte finish looks, so I'm very excited about this one. Just like I mentioned before, there's this silver piece that's kind of like makes this lipstick look a little different, because overall they have very similar packaging. It just there's gold on the hyper matte and soft matte has silver Prada logo. And here's the color, which I'm hoping it's gonna look a little better with this eye look, but honestly I'm not sure. But it's a little different red and I'm excited. I do really like this red that's on my lips right now. I hate wiping this because I do feel like this is something that I would very much enjoy wearing throughout the day. It's very comfy, and lately I've been using a lot of red lipstick, so that's something I'm really passionate about. So let me wipe my lips real fast. I'll be back. We're gonna apply this other formula and I'll tell you which one I like more. At this point I like one of them, so let's see how this one is gonna perform. Okay, so soft matte feels a little more balmy. It's almost like a lip balm in a way, which is really interesting, very different from what I got used to. I don't think it's gonna be a very long lasting lipstick though, because it feels so much like a hydrating lip balm with quite a bit of pigment. Okay guys, so everything is ready, my makeup is done, and the lipstick is on my lips. I like this color as well. I do feel like this is way softer. It does feel a little bit more on the hydrating side, even though that hyper matte formula wasn't very drying as well. They definitely feel a little different. This feels more like a lip balm slash lipstick. It's very comfy, it's very thin. So they claim to last up to 6 hours, so I do really appreciate that they don't claim me to be super long wearing, even though, you know, the formula by itself is very thin and it feels like it's gonna wear off a little sooner than other lipsticks I have in my collection at least. But overall, let me tell you my final thoughts about this product. So starting from foundation, I do feel like this is a really great formula. It works really nice on my dry skin. It's definitely velvety finish and you don't need a lot to build the coverage. It gives you very nice soft matte finish, very skin-like and very buildable. It has a scent which is not necessarily something you may like or dislike, but it's just something for you to know it has fragrance. It looks nice. Everything applies on the top very nicely. I would say that this is something I'm gonna keep using. Will I repurchase this? I'm not quite sure, but I like it. This is the foundation that stays all day long, and the wear test I had yesterday showed it and proved it. It does stay for the whole day. Just make sure your skin is prepped and everything looks nice. So, you know, if the canvas is good, the painting most likely will come out better than if canvas would look a little dehydrated or a little problematic, like in my situation. The lipsticks, so the hyper matte finish, I really like it just because I feel like it's gonna give you that mattifying look and feel so nice on the lips. The hydrating version, so-called soft matte finish, is more like a lip balm slash lipstick. It's very thin, it's very comfy. Those both have fragrance. They are refillable, but they are very pricey. They are $50. But if you feel like you need extra lipstick, I wouldn't tell you not to get it because the formulas are really nice, and I feel like same thing I said before, they will find their customer, that's for sure, because they did a great job with this formulation. So I see those lipsticks being popular as well. The eyeshadow palette, I liked it a lot actually. I don't think I would use it a lot. If I was more minimalistic, if I didn't have so many eyeshadow palettes and I would like some more settled look, this formula is cream to powder, which means you have no fallouts, very easy in application, very buildable and very creamy in a way that, you know, it helps you to set the pigment on the eyelid without getting patches or having any issues whatsoever. It looks so smooth, feels the same way, velvety and nice, and I really enjoyed this. This is not my cup of tea technically, but I'm kind of glad that I tried this, and I'm kind of glad that I'm gonna have it in my collection the same way like I felt about, for example, highlighter from Dolce & Gabbana. I don't need the highlighter, but the packaging and, you know, the whole experience, I felt like I would want to have it in my collection. So in a few years I would look at this and I would say like, hey, this looks absolutely gorgeous and this is a part of the history. So if you are collecting makeup just like I do, or you're more minimalistic and you have some extra money to spend on a shadow palette and you like those quads, you like when everything is here just to throw in your purse, eyeshadow on the go, those are nice. Those are really nice, and I hate even saying this, but guys, I don't want you to understand me incorrectly. This is overpriced, okay? All of those products are very overpriced, but this is a luxury brand that releases their beauty line, so there's expectation, but also there is a reality that they're gonna mark up the prices. But honestly, I really enjoyed the formula. So there's 2 points of views that even fight inside of me, and I know that some of you guys will feel one way, another part of you will feel another way, and this is totally normal. This is totally normal, and I want you to know this. Okay guys, so I had so much fun. I really had a blast here. That's the thing I was waiting for, and just so you know, today I'm receiving my other package, hopefully from Sephora, and I'm gonna review another new launch that I'm so excited as well. So stay tuned for the next video, because like I told you in my previous video, I was kind of like deciding what should I do at the beginning of the year, because I didn't want to make any boring videos. I wanted to play with something new. new, you know what I mean? And now we're having launch after launch after launch that get me excited. And if there's anything you guys want me to review, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do this for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed everything as well. I really want to know what you think about those products now when you know how they work and you know all the pros and cons. Let me know, how do you feel about this and have you tried any of those products? And like always, let's learn a Ukrainian word. Today I decided to tell you how to say goodbye in Ukrainian. So if you want to say goodbye in Ukrainian, you would say it like buvai. Buvai. And we learned before how to say goodbye in different way. This way is more like bye, you know, typish like short version of goodbye. So I felt like you need to know this because why not? Again, thank you so much for staying till the end of this video. I love you all very much and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I'm going on.